Hi, this is Joy with Obsessed with Scrapbooking, and today we're going to make a Starburst layout. Here's a little bit of a close-up of the flowers and the sparkles and things that I cut to go on the Starburst layout. But I thought it'd be a fun project to try. I did a Starburst card last week, and I thought, well, it might be kind of fun to try a layout like this. Now, the key thing here is we have to choose 5 papers, and we're going to cut them 3 inches by 9.5. And the reason you need 5 is because, it's a wide space to cover there. So you want to make sure your layers coordinate, and that may take a little bit of time and fooling with. So I did all that little time and fooling with before I started the video. So you won't have to watch that. Something to keep in mind when you've got a busy pattern paper like this one that I'm showing you here is you want to take a look and see what parts you want to be having shown on the Starburst. It doesn't look like I did that, but I did, I promise. So, but that is something to keep in mind, especially with something like that where there's a variety of colors. All right, I now have my 5 colors. Remember too, you can always use solids as I've used here and run them through the Cuttlebug. Now the next step is I run these through my trimmer and I cut them into diagonal pieces. And I don't know why I did that, white and then green and then white again. Maybe because I didn't think you could see the white as well. So I'm just going to cut these into diagonal pieces, and at the end I will end up with 10 triangles. Okay, now here's my last one. To give a little interest to the Starburst, I am going to use my Cuttlebug. I have some large 6" by 12" folders that I'm using for some of my solid cardstock. So let's get those out. I had to search around for where I was hiding those. Okay, so here's one that's kind of a damask-y kind of look to it, and I just can lay these in here. Now you could probably get away with a 5 by 7 because some of your Starburst is covered by that picture, by the photo mats, and some of it hangs off the end, so I'm pretty sure you could probably fiddle with that and make it work out. But so if you don't have the 6 by 12 folders, go ahead and think about doing that. Now I have a second one. I want to tell you the sandwich. What is the sandwich? The order of how we stack those things in the Cuttlebug. The bottom is that thick A plate. I don't know why this is wiggle wiggle, but it is. Oops. Bottom is A plate, then there's a B plate, then there's the embossing folder and another B plate. And just knowing that they're all 6 by 12. That one's kind of swirly. I like the swirly. All right. Okay, next up, we're going to arrange the triangles in the pattern we want. Now this could take some fiddling, so just FYI, you may play around with this a little bit, but you want to keep them in a consistent order. So if I start on the left with green, white, pink, deep pink, I better go green, white, pink, deep pink pattern. See how it's in a particular order. Now I take a piece of paper that is 6 3/4 by 11. I'm going to turn that over so we don't see that. And I'm going to find the center point, which of course will be at 5.5. And then I'm going to draw a line down the center. And that is where I will start lining up my triangles. Okay. Okay, now all I need to do, once I've drawn my line, is find the center of these 10 pieces, which is going to be that green on the right, and obviously the flower piece on the left, and I'm going to start gluing them down along that line. I first put adhesive down because that's the easiest, and I used my Scotch ATG all-terrain gun. No, I'm just kidding. Adhesive transfer gun, I think it stands for, and you can get that at Michael's. I use that to stick everything down with. Now, and I just line those 2 center pieces up along that line I drew, and then I'm just going to fan the pieces out along the edge, as you see. Nice and easy, nice and easy. So, all right. Now you'll notice this one doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. I'll show you a close-up of that in a minute. So the way around, or the way to handle that, is go ahead and you can put a ribbon there. You could put the flower border like I did. You could put some other kind of paper border, scallop border. You could run the whole thing through your paper trimmer and just slice along the edge, but then you won't have the point of your Starburst. But in this layout, you're covering it up with that paper anyway, so I'm not sure how important that really is. But I'll show you a close-up of how much is left here at the bottom for you to see. See that little itty-bitty bit? Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. All right, now next step is to just go ahead and trim off all the edge. So no big deal. And then we are going to stick this down on a piece of 7 by 11 1/4 black cardstock. So I just keep trimming along here, no big deal. Okay, no big deal. I hope you can see in the pictures what a difference the embossing made. It just gives it a little more pop, especially when you use solids like that. So you could use more patterned if you wanted to, but some of that paper is a little bit busy, so I wanted to give the eye a little bit of a break. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and toss those away, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my piece of black and cut that at 7 by 11 1/4. And here it comes. All right, no big deal. So the rest of this video is just showing you how I laid out the main pieces, the main background pieces to the layout. I do not get into stamping the flowers and all that other kind of stuff. I did not do that. I did end up making this layout for a team meeting I have, and it went towards the top salesperson for the month of March. So that's why it says top sales. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my page, my YouTube site. I'd really appreciate that. And also coming up, I'm going to go ahead and show you what products I use from close to my heart. I use the brush paper pack. I use the Girls Rock stamp set, which coordinates with the Art Philosophy Cricut cartridge bundle, which is also shown. And I use these gosh, swirly sparkles, which have a better name than that, and I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Oh boy. All right, now, oops, one more thing. I gotta go ahead and tell you about this. I'm gonna mount the whole thing on a piece of white that is 11 1/2 by 11 1/2. And then I'm gonna mount the 11 1/2 and 11 by half. 11 1/2 by 11 1/2. I'm gonna mount that on a 12 by 12 piece of pear cardstock. Oh, I'm just tongue twister today. Sorry about that. All right, just get that stuck down and evened up, and we are good to go. Again, thank you so much for watching. See, and then I'm just going to center that, and then I'm ready to put the rest of the layout together. Take care and have a wonderful day.